We were going back to Roaster in our first season, 3-0 down, 1-4-3, and beyond that we were going back to Northampton, the Hereford United days. I still watch that on YouTube, 3-0 down, 1-4-3. How does that rank for you with performances, grit and determination?
Well, the first thing is disappointment, because you don't go 3-0 down, because they basically had 3 chances plus the odd 1 or 2 beyond that, and we're on top. If we get the penalty, we'll take control of the game. But straight after that miss, we go and give them 2 sloppy goals away. We just weren't narrow and compact, we weren't disciplined, and to nick that goal just before half-time.
That turned it, didn't it? That gave us a little bit of, you've always got a chance then.
But when we played Ashton, this team would have buckled and gone more behind. But last weekend they showed desire, passion, not for the badge. I've said to them, when I first came in, you play for yourself, you play for your teammates, you play for your family, and the club and the fans will get the rewards. And do you know what? What they've done tonight has shown. Out of possession, they can show that desire and commitment and put their bodies on the line against a team that have most probably got 7 who are over 6 foot. You just jump early, you stay with your man, and you don't give goals away. And then when we had the ball, we created so many chances in that game. Do you know what? There was only going to be one winner. And then it's about psychology. I'm shouting, they've gone, because you've got to get into their heads. And that way then it gets into our players' heads that, do you know what, we can take control.
Yeah. But what a great experience for these lads and the supporters that came tonight. And our listenership went through the roof. I mean, we've got 728 on this channel. There are a couple of thousand elsewhere as well. That peaked at nearly 1,200. It actually went up to about 1,200 in extra time as the texts went berserk. People started tuning in, and it's absolutely brilliant. It's been an absolute pleasure to be part of this weekend, really, of football.
Well, you know, when you say about being a pleasure, do you know what, the one thing for me, you know, when I put on that shirt, when I was a young lad, I perhaps wasn't the most gifted footballer. But you know what, when I put on that shirt, every Hereford fan knew I'd run through a brick wall. And that's all I've asked of these players. I'm only in here for a short period of time. Do you know what, don't give me everything. You give yourselves everything, and I will keep driving you. I'll keep fighting for you. You know, I'll make sure you get the best preparation. I'll make sure our set pieces are right. I'll make sure we'll bring on subs in the right way. We might have to change our system. We changed our system tonight 3 times again, just to make. They were setting us different problems, and we had to come up with different, solutions and answers. And we came up with those answers 4 times.
Yeah. And the heroes come from the most unexpected quarters. I mean, Callum Sainty, I think, was a revelation when he went back into that back 3, and then to get that far post header to put us back in the game. Every single player showed a desire and commitment tonight for the cause.
Well, when that 3rd goal goes in, I think I've ruined my trainers, I've ruined my trousers. I'm sliding on my knees. Passion gets out of you, but you know what I mean. But the boys get back in, they get their shape, they be disciplined, they're organised. And you know what, another player, Harvey Smith, he was like an absolute rock. He's a young lad. And you know what, it's great for these young lads who are in professional football to come and earn their trade. Because I tell you what, you will not have that experience, most probably playing in 21s and 23s football. Yeah. That is real proper FA Cup senior game football.
Yeah, and it was absolutely a joy to be part of it. Look, I'm going to, on behalf of all Hereford United supporters, I'm going to thank you for what you've done for these lads in the last week. You've shown the people out there, actually, that these lads have got what it takes to make it to this level, and they obviously all want to be part of us going forward.
Well, I said to him the first game was a little bit difficult. It was crisis management. Yeah. But after that, I said to him, look, the new coaching staff will be in the stands watching you. So you're on trial. Now, you either crumble or you roll your sleeves up and show them how good you are. We all know you've got ability, but you know what? Even the best teams in the world, like Man City and Barcelona, they do the ugly things well to earn the right to play football. And that's what our boys have done today.
Well, as I say, it's been an absolute pleasure to be part of this tonight, and certainly we could hardly contain our excitement here. We even commented about you. We're harvesting the footballs that were going out of play to make sure. We noticed that in the dugout to make sure that you had one to put back on.
And when we were 4-3 up, yeah. I was giving the one to the female steward just to waste a few more seconds. But that's game management, and that comes from being involved in the game for many, many years. And I've learnt from the best. That isn't me saying, This is what I would do. I've learnt from people who've taught me and educated me in the game. And you've got to game manage. You've got to manage the linesman. You've got to manage the referee. You've got to shut up the opposition. You know, I was heckling their players that they were gone. They were blowing, and they were. But
yes.
you've got to make them even weaker. So then when we get so in possession, they aren't playing as well, and when they're out of possession, they're really vulnerable, and that's what they became.
Well, there you are. That's Gareth Davies, acting head of football here at Hereford FC.